What if I told you McDonald's isn't really a burger company? It sells millions of burgers every day, but that's not where most of its long-term wealth comes from. The real secret is something almost nobody notices. Today, you'll discover why real estate, not burgers, is the biggest reason McDonald's became one of the richest companies in history.
By the end of this video, you'll never look at McDonald's the same way again.
Most people believe McDonald's makes most of its money by selling burgers, fries, and drinks, but that's only part of the story. Behind every successful restaurant is a valuable piece of land that generates long-term wealth.
The turning point came in the 1950s when businessman Ray Kroc saw much more than a successful burger restaurant. He believed McDonald's could become a nationwide empire by opening hundreds of locations across America. But expanding that fast required a smarter business model.
Ray Kroc quickly discovered a major problem. Franchise owners often chose cheap or poor locations to save money. A bad location meant fewer customers, lower sales, and weaker profits. If McDonald's wanted to grow into a global brand, it needed control over where every restaurant was built. Then came the idea that changed everything. McDonald's executive Harry Sonborn made a simple but brilliant suggestion. Instead of letting franchise owners buy their own land, McDonald's should purchase the land first and then lease it back to the franchise owners. That one decision completely transformed the company's future. Here's how the system works. First, McDonald's buys a valuable piece of land in a great location. Then, a franchise owner opens a restaurant on that land. Instead of owning the property, the franchise owner pays rent to McDonald's every single month. That means McDonald's earns money from real estate in addition to franchise fees and royalties. Real estate becomes more valuable over time. A busy intersection that costs a few $1,000,000 today could be worth much more in the future. While franchise owners focus on selling burgers, McDonald's benefits as the value of its land continues to grow year after year. Most businesses have only one source of income. McDonald's has three. First, franchise owners pay an initial franchise fee. Second, they pay ongoing royalties based on sales. Third, and most importantly, they pay rent for the land and building. These three income streams work together to create a powerful business model. Imagine opening two identical McDonald's restaurants. One is built beside a busy highway with thousands of cars passing every day. The other is hidden on a quiet street with very little traffic. Even if both restaurants serve the exact same food, the busy location will attract far more customers. That's why McDonald's invests so much in choosing prime locations. Before opening a new restaurant, McDonald's doesn't just guess where customers might come from. Its real estate team studies traffic, nearby businesses, population, income levels, and local demand. Every new location is chosen using data, not luck. Here's where the real magic happens. Instead of buying the land, the franchise owner signs a long-term lease with McDonald's. Every month, the franchise owner pays rent to the company. Even if burger sales go up or down, McDonald's continues to earn steady income from its real estate.
This is what makes McDonald's business model so powerful. As the restaurant becomes more successful, the company earns more through rent and royalties. At the same time, the land itself often becomes more valuable over the years. In other words, McDonald's benefits from both business growth and rising real estate prices.
Here's the surprising truth. Many people think McDonald's is simply a fast food chain, but in reality, it's also one of the world's largest real estate businesses. By owning valuable land and leasing it to franchisees, the company has built a powerful system that generates income year after year. You might be wondering, why don't franchise owners simply buy the land themselves? The answer is simple. By owning the property, McDonald's keeps complete control over every restaurant location. If a franchisee fails to follow company standards, McDonald's can replace the operator without losing the location. Every business faces risks. Some franchise owners succeed while others struggle. But here's the genius of McDonald's system. If one franchisee fails, the company doesn't lose the restaurant or the land. It simply replaces the operator and keeps the business running at the same location. Banks love predictable businesses, and McDonald's offers exactly that. Because the company carefully selects locations, provides a proven business system, and has decades of success, many lenders see McDonald's franchises as a lower-risk investment than starting an independent restaurant from scratch. What happens when burger sales slow down during a weak economy? Most restaurant companies suffer immediately. But McDonald's has a powerful advantage. Franchise owners still owe rent on the property, and that gives McDonald's a more stable source of income than a business that depends only on food sales. A burger is sold only once, but the land beneath the restaurant can generate income for decades. Every month, franchisees continue paying rent, while the property's value often increases over time. That's why McDonald's isn't just building restaurants, it's building long-term wealth. This real estate strategy didn't just increase profits, it fueled global expansion. Every successful location generated stable income, allowing McDonald's to invest in even more prime properties. One restaurant became 10, 10 became hundreds, and eventually thousands of locations spread across the world. Not every street corner is equal. A location with heavy traffic, nearby offices, shopping centers, and easy access can generate millions more in revenue over its lifetime. That's why McDonald's spends months researching a single location before building a new restaurant. Every economy goes through ups and downs. During a recession, many businesses struggle as consumer spending falls. But McDonald's real estate strategy provides an extra layer of protection. Even when sales slow, the company still owns valuable properties that continue generating long-term income and strengthen its financial position. McDonald's success didn't go unnoticed. As its real estate strategy proved incredibly profitable, many other franchise brands began studying the same approach. While every company has its own business model, McDonald's showed the world that owning valuable real estate could be just as important as selling great products. The biggest lesson isn't about burgers, it's about ownership. While many businesses focus only on selling products, McDonald's invested in assets that could grow in value for decades. It built a system where every new restaurant strengthened both its business and its real estate portfolio. Ray Kroc understood something that most people missed. While customers saw burgers and fries, he saw valuable real estate. That's why people often summarize McDonald's strategy by saying McDonald's is not just in the hamburger business, it's in the real estate business. That simple idea became the foundation of one of the world's most successful companies. Owning a McDonald's franchise isn't cheap. The total investment can range from hundreds of thousands to well over $1 million, depending on the location, size, and other factors. But franchisees aren't just paying for a restaurant, they're buying access to one of the most recognized brands and business systems in the world. So where does all that franchise money actually go? McDonald's doesn't simply collect fees and stop there. A large portion is reinvested into buying prime real estate, developing new restaurant locations, improving technology, supporting franchisees, and strengthening the brand. This creates a cycle that keeps the company growing year after year. Owning prime real estate gives McDonald's an advantage that many restaurant chains simply can't match. Competitors can copy the menu, improve their recipes, or lower prices, but they can't easily copy decades of carefully selected, high-value property in some of the world's busiest locations. That's a competitive edge built over generations. So what's the biggest asset McDonald's owns? It isn't burgers, it isn't fries, and it isn't even the restaurants themselves. It's the billions of dollars worth of prime real estate spread across thousands of locations. That's the hidden engine behind one of the most successful business empires in history. But this isn't the end of the story. In the second half, you'll discover why this strategy is incredibly difficult to copy, the risks behind it, and the business lessons every entrepreneur can learn from McDonald's success. If this strategy is so powerful, why doesn't every restaurant chain do the same? The answer is simple. Building a real estate empire takes decades, billions of dollars, and years of carefully selecting prime locations. By the time competitors realize its value, McDonald's already owns many of the best commercial properties.
No business model is perfect, not even McDonald's. Owning thousands of properties requires billions of dollars in capital, constant maintenance, property taxes, and careful market research. If the company chooses the wrong location, that investment could take years to recover. Great rewards always come with great responsibility.
You don't need to own thousands of restaurants to learn from McDonald's. The biggest lesson is to think beyond today's income. Instead of focusing only on selling products, ask yourself, what valuable assets am I building that will continue creating wealth in the future? That's the mindset behind every great business.
Could a new company build the same real estate empire today? The answer is yes, but it would be much harder. Prime locations are more expensive than ever. Competition is fierce, and finding the perfect site takes years of research. McDonald's had a massive head start, giving it an advantage that's incredibly difficult to match.
Imagine if McDonald's didn't own any of its real estate. Instead, it rented every restaurant location from someone else. The company would lose a major source of stable income, have less control over its locations, and face higher long-term costs. Its business would look very different today. McDonald's success teaches 3 powerful business lessons. First, build assets, not just income. Second, choose locations carefully, because great locations create long-term value. And third, think decades ahead instead of focusing only on today's profits. These simple principles helped build one of the world's most valuable businesses.
You might think this strategy only works for billion-dollar companies like McDonald's, but that's not true. The lesson isn't to buy thousands of properties. The lesson is to build assets that grow in value over time. Whether you own 1 store or 100, thinking long-term can give your business a huge advantage.
One of the biggest mistakes entrepreneurs make is chasing quick profits instead of building long-term value. They focus on making more sales today, but ignore the assets that can generate income for years. McDonald's took the opposite approach. It built a business designed to become stronger with every new location.
When customers visit McDonald's, they see burgers, fries, and a quick meal. But investors see something completely different. They see valuable real estate, predictable cash flow, a globally recognized brand, and a business that has been built to generate value for decades. That's why McDonald's is studied in business schools around the world. At first glance, McDonald's looks like a fast food company, but behind every burger sold is a carefully designed business system built on real estate, recurring income, and long-term thinking. That's the real reason McDonald's became one of the most valuable companies in the world. Sometimes the greatest businesses don't just sell products, they build assets that keep creating value for decades.
But one question still remains. Is this business model still the future, or will technology and changing consumer habits force McDonald's to reinvent itself? Let's find out.
The next chapter of McDonald's isn't just about real estate, it's about technology. Self-order kiosks, mobile apps, AI-powered drive-thrus, and delivery platforms are transforming how customers order food. While the real estate strategy remains important, technology is helping the company serve customers faster and more efficiently than ever before.
Imagine walking into a McDonald's where AI already knows your favorite meal, predicts busy hours, helps employees prepare orders faster, and reduces food waste. Artificial intelligence isn't replacing the restaurant, it's making the entire operation smarter, faster, and more efficient. Will McDonald's still dominate the fast food industry 20 years from now? No one can predict the future with certainty. Consumer habits, technology, and competition will continue to evolve. But one thing is clear. Companies that adapt while staying true to their core strengths have the best chance of long-term success. And that's exactly what McDonald's has been doing for decades. McDonald's didn't become a global giant by selling the most burgers alone.
It combined a powerful brand, smart real estate decisions, and long-term thinking to build one of the most successful business models in history. Whether you're an entrepreneur, an investor, or simply curious about business, the biggest lesson is clear. Build assets that create value for years, not just profits for today. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, subscribe for more deep dives into the world's smartest business strategies. Could another company build a business empire like McDonald's today? It's possible, but it would require decades of patience, billions in investment, and a long-term vision. Success isn't just about having a great product, it's about creating a business system that keeps getting stronger year after year.
Many people believe McDonald's became successful simply because it sells millions of burgers. That's only part of the story. Others think franchise fees are the company's biggest source of income. In reality, McDonald's success comes from combining a powerful brand, franchising, and a long-term real estate strategy into one business model.
After studying McDonald's business for decades, 5 lessons stand out. Build assets instead of relying only on sales. Choose locations carefully. Create predictable income streams. Keep improving through innovation. And always think long-term. These principles can help businesses of any size become stronger over time.
It all started with a single restaurant and a simple idea: serve customers quickly and consistently. Over the years, that idea evolved into a global business empire built on smart franchising, valuable real estate, and continuous innovation. McDonald's didn't grow overnight, it grew one great decision at a time. Before we finish, let's recap the 3 biggest lessons from McDonald's incredible business story. First, build valuable assets, not just products. Second, create reliable income streams that can last for years. And third, always think long-term. These simple ideas helped transform one restaurant into one of the world's most successful companies.
McDonald's success wasn't built by luck. It was built through smart decisions, patience, and a business model designed to create value for decades. If this video changed the way you think about business, hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's biggest companies. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.